Welcome back once again to my channel. This is Madame Sarkany, Sarkany. Not all readings will resonate with every member of the collective, but today we have a very powerful reading, and we start off with ancient lion symbolism from the Egyptians alongside our beautiful Egyptian goddess Sekhmet, associated with strong, powerful words encompassed in justice and judicious actions and behaviors. So what does this reading mean? Well, firstly, this is a very powerful reading today about many of you in the collective who are dealing with strong energies of opposition in your life, and as a result you must utilize very strong powers of courage and bravery in order to execute a balance in your life and protect yourself. So if that doesn't interest you, pay attention, because there are some interesting ideas that will be revealed to you throughout this reading. What you do and what you say right now is extremely important. How you act and how you conduct yourself and how you confront your enemies is extremely important. The lion associated with bravery and courage, royalty, and the protection of pharaohs, and the sun god Ra, chaos, destruction of chaos, bringing about chaos is extremely important. The lion goddess Sekhmet, with her lioness face, and the lions in this picture, with a sun disk and the eye of Ra in the picture depicted alongside her, exhibits the fact that you have people in your life that are acting amok. They are conducting themselves poorly and they need to be punished. But the instruction here is that you must maintain a certain level of self-control and discipline when punishing people and standing up to people. The lion was associated with protecting the kingdom and protecting boundaries. So many of you in the collective might be in a position where you have to protect your home, protect your belongings, protect your family, protect your boundaries, protect your property, protect your personal boundaries from external threats. And these cards express to me that you are more than capable of defending yourself. Whomever relates to this reading is a very powerful and dangerous individual, and as a result, Spirit is instructing you that Spirit gave you these powers, gave you these strengths through trial and tribulation, and you must utilize these strengths and powers in such a manner that you do not execute extreme violence to the point where you destroy everything around you, because you have the potential to do so. Sekhmet was created in order to avenge Ra from the people that were being disrespectful and implement justice throughout the land. And she did. However, she became so violent and ruthless that Ra had to temper her rage. So the reading is indicating strongly that you must temper your rage. Although the people in your life have brought that anger about and you are justified in wanting to retaliate, but you are being instructed by Spirit that there is a bigger picture for you, and you must pay attention to instructions so that you can move on to a new level in your life. Don't worry, you have protection. Now, the woman and the male were cards that I pulled alongside other cards to indicate what was going on. And if you're a female in this reading, the female in this reading is being shown by Spirit that the decisions she has made in the most recent past, and possibly within the last 6 months, have been to her benefit. She has been executing foresight. She sees into the future, and she can speculate as to good behaviors, bad behaviors, people that she should be around, people she shouldn't be around. And as a result, she has opened up a secret for herself. She is going to discover a mystery, a piece of valuable information or a valuable resource that is going to move her to the next level in her life. And she does this all with the ability to stand up, be courageous, assert boundaries, protect boundaries, protect herself and those she loves, while also tempering her rage and anger. And then we have the male in this reading, and it shows, the cards show that this male has recently undergone a period of opposition from a large amount of people who have been bad-mouthing him, bad-talking him, backstabbing him behind his back, and they have created such a dysfunctional social situation for this male that he has been pushed in another direction, and as a result, he's finding himself at a crossroads. And unlike the female, he is feeling at a loss as to the direction he is intended to go. Spirit is intervening at this point in time because Spirit sees that this man is being tempted down the wrong path by seductive ideas, and those seductive ideas are going to prevent him from moving to another level in his life, spiritually and physically. And then you see one area where there's a sun, and I point this out because we've got the lion representing the sun, Sekhmet representing the sun. In addition to that, the fool is also related closely with divine light, and I pulled the Tree of Life card, and the Fool sits at pathway 0 here between Keter and I think it's Chokmah, where he is closely inspired by divine light. So light, sunshine, direct connection with God are huge in this reading, and the male must make the right choice, and he knows inherently the right path to pursue, the higher road. And if he thinks extreme violence or retaliation is the way to go, he might lead himself down the wrong dark direction. So why is this reading important? Well, firstly, I pulled the Fool card, and this is pretty interesting because this has to do with new beginnings. But the Fool being associated with the Hebrew letter Aleph, which is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, or Aleph bet, is associated with the ox, strength, power, courage, but also being the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet. There is this idea that everything we do and say at this point will affect every other aspect of our life. So whatever new beginning is being contemplated, it is going to have a huge impact on our evolution, past and present. Being pulled with the Tree of Life card indicates to me that there is some major decisions that God, Source, or the divine light is trying to assist us in the collective, especially this male and female, in making at this time, and that's why we're having this intervention. You have been given the strength and bravery to move forward, and you're being instructed to make the right decisions because it'll impact your ability to reach a certain level of ascendance in your life. So when you look at the Tree of Life, you try to think about Jacob's ladder in the Bible, where he is on the run from his brother Esau or Esau, and he has this dream about this ladder that the angels move from from earth to heaven and from heaven to earth on. It is a place of spiritual and soulful evolution so that we can purify ourselves. And the angels move up and down this ladder. This is the ladder that you and the collective, if this reading resonates with you, are moving up and down right now. And you being exemplified by the Fool, and also, unbelievably, the serpentine crystal. I pulled the serpentine crystal, which is closely associated with the snake. And this is very powerful imagery here. Because in occultist Kabbalah, God strikes a lightning bolt down the ladder to earth, giving his divine insight, divine intentions, and divine knowledge to the earthly realm. And humans must reconnect with the divine. And they do this through a journey up from earth, up the ladder, through a soulful period of evolution, of which you are going through right now. And that's why you're being asked not to use your violence and anger and rage and power in the wrong way, or you will not finish your mission. There is this theory that there is a snake that's coiled around the bottom and moves up the Tree of Life. So we've got the Fool in one aspect representing the beginning of this journey, God's ascension downwards to earth, from above so below. And then we've got the serpentine crystal exemplifying our journey up, back up. And in order to do that, in order to make good decisions, in order to make decisions that take the higher road, you are being instructed that you are ready for a Kundalini awakening. And you can look into what that is because I don't have the time. But this is a time to let go of past trauma, to let go of fear. You are being guided and protected. This gemstone is a symbol that you are protected from negativity. You are protected from evil. You are protected from wrongdoers. And as a result, you don't have to employ your strength, that the strength of the lion and that of Sekhmet, to conduct evil deeds in order to survive an oppressive situation. It is your job to do and walk the right way so that you can execute whatever lessons and whatever path it is that you were sent here to execute.